Hello, and welcome to our first special bonus episode of A Time Adrift, where we are not role-playing today. We are instead talking about FanFest, because we were all at FanFest, except for Fornax, who will hopefully be able to join EU.
You were there at our hearts.
Yes.
You were there in spirit. And I believe watching the stream, too. So, I mean...
I was, yes. Looking for you guys was what I was doing all the time,
yeah. But yeah, it was a wonderful time. We all got to meet up in person, eat some good pizzas, among other things, and learn more about Evercold, the upcoming expansion. So today we just kind of wanted to sit down and share some of our thoughts for a bit, chat a bit about what we think, what we're looking forward to, if we have any concerns or anxieties, all of that fun stuff.
No,
but I wanted to
not
jump in first.
Excitement, so hype.
Yes. I think we're all feeling pretty positive, which is great.
Yeah.
But let's start with trailer reactions. What do we think? I know I personally loved it. I know I heard Rook screaming pretty loudly when we watched.
Yep.
So
I need that song right now. I need the
Oh
song
my gosh,
right now.
yes. Yeah.
So
it's amazing.
I definitely edited. Just so you know, I edited our keynote trailer reaction for Aetheryte Radio's Patreon last night. Got that up there. In a week, you can watch it if you're not a member of the Patreon. I didn't have to use anybody else's audio because Rook was screaming and caught all of us.
I'm so sorry to everyone whose eardrums I destroyed. I was right in between Xenedra and Aldianaux.
It was perfect.
Like, Liana was within arm reach, and I still was so loud. All you could hear was the scream. It was so good,
great.
though. And look, thank you. If the trailer and the keynote hadn't been so good, I wouldn't have screamed so loud. But the thing is that they came for us. They came for me. They came for us. They came, with that trailer, with the art direction, with the fantasy, with the, woven tapestry, with the art direction, the music,
We do consistently be up in your face, like, hey, you like dragons? And they were like, hey, you like dragons?
you like dragons, Rook? I was like, I do. They were like, you like fantasy? A lot of fantasy? I was like, I do. They were like, you like mythology inspired stuff? I was like, I do. Final Fantasy, please.
Do you like Old Lady Y'shtola? Oh,
right. That's what I think too. That's definitely. I was like, Matoya, but actually, who this is?
I have to point out, it's an old woman wearing a black cloak that obscures her eyes, and she's talking about the Promised Land. FF7 confirmed?
Could be a 7 reference.
Especially because 7 does rely heavily on a lot of Nordic naming and things like that, with Nibelheim and all of that other fun stuff. So,
as long as there are no motorcycles, I'm fine.
Well, we do, unfortunately. We got one motorcycle for FanFest mount, but,
Yeah.
No, it looks gorgeous. Honestly, it's everything I could have hoped for in a trailer. I was so stunned. It's just gorgeous. And the world, I'm so sold on it already, let alone everything else. So, it was cool.
My touch point was, I really wanted, sorry, Charles, I really wanted to be, blow me away as much as the Heavensward one did. That one is my baseline,
the goat?
Granted, it was our first one, so it had that extra, oomph, but when you really compare it to the other ones, it's still kind of the best one. So
it had weightiness to it that you can only get from the conclusion of the previous expansion.
Exactly.
Of oh, shit's fucked. This is our headspace, but here's the new challenge ahead of us.
Yeah.
Right.
And as we all have sort of pulled on during the course of the weekend, there was actually a lot of Heavensward, or the source of what became Heavensward, in this trailer also. So thank you also for giving me what I asked for, Yoshi-P.
Right. We have the Heavensward group minus the people who can't be there in the trailer. Literally.
Oh, wow, that face!
Brutal.
Yeah,
hey, you know what? Maybe we'll find E-Sail's shard reflection.
Oh, goodness. We could. One of the interesting things about the trailer that I found. So if you were watching it live, they had it zoomed out until maybe 30 seconds into the trailer. So if you didn't watch it again, you might have missed that very beginning. The very beginning is going through the end of days, Zodiac summoning, and then the Sundering. Right then, right there. That's what the world is doing. and it's so cool to see, and then it splits into the reflections, and you see Asm's crystal and all that. But I was like, that's really cool. Like, I could have missed that, especially if I was watching that trailer online, because it didn't zoom in, so you couldn't really see that there was, you know, the star on fire, the wave of purple, and then the wave of Heidelin's sundering. So it's really cool that they threw that in there.
Yeah, it's awesome. What did you think, Fornax, watching it at home and seeing the trailer reveal?
Well, as I swallowed down the bile of my jealousy for you being there together and having, they had a wonderful dinner as well. I was no salt here. I was just kind of blown away by how, one, like, beautiful, amazing art. I mean, the art out of the park, right? And I just, I love Celtic mythology, so all the Celtic references, the kind of like the frost forest. I absolutely adored it. And I love the fact that I love the fact that they took their civilization somewhere else. They didn't give up. There was no, every place we've been to, the people haven't actually surrendered, despite the fact that they're facing insurmountable odds. And I love the fact that it kind of lifts our spirit as we're all going through things in the world that we're living in, that it gives us hope that no matter how dark the days get, we can always fight back.
There's always
and I
Canada.
think that's there's always Canada. There's always my sofa, guys. But it's good. It's on fire here too. But no, it's I think we need uplifting media, and I know that the seeming end of the world shouldn't be like uplifting, but unfortunately this is just what is happening. So I kind of loved it for the artwork, for the moving on of the story, for the big reveal that we're getting a new saga. It was just it's fantastic.
Well, and also too, like, yeah, it's apocalyptic, or, you know, Ragnarok if you want to say that, but like the ultimate goal of the story, one presumes, is that the end of the world is not inevitable and it can be prevented. So that in and of itself is uplifting.
Right.
And the idea that, like, life, like you said, Fornax, life wants so desperately to continue on. Like, it's something that we even see in our version, right, in Black Rose, this idea that even a world that by all means should have had no hope, the same kind of thing, life and people, like, even when faced with the hardest things, they want ultimately to live, they want to survive, they want to flourish if it's within their capability. And so seeing people, like, do that, you know, and knowing what we're fighting for, that life, even when faced with something that seems like it's going to be inevitable, we always try to find some other way. So yeah, I agree. I think it's a story that I'm very excited to see us tell, and the role that we're going to play with it, especially with all the Azem stuff that was in there too. I'm like, yes, finally, my time has come. Like, we finally get to learn more about it. So
what drew you in most about the Keynote trailer, Gris?
Well, much like Rook, I'm very keen on lore and locations. And you can glean a lot from those two things, respectively. Location leads into lore. Lore implies location. And so, we have this really beautiful picture of what might become a mythological gold mine of what we can expect to be high fantasy, steeped in, like, Norse myth. You know, with the death of Balder and the coming of the end of the world, you know. So
the giant serpent imagery.
Yeah. Jormungand.
You know, somebody mentioned this on stream today, and it was one of the ones I hadn't put together, because people noticed Odin in the trailer, that it seems like we have an Odin-like figure, right? The world tree references. One I had not drawn was the fact that Calyx is a squirrel, which is that he is Ratatoskr, the squirrel of the world tree. And I had not put those two together, and I was like, oh my god, he's the little rude boy squirrel.
Ratatoskr.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. That was not something I had considered, but
That's not on my
Ratatoskr.
radar either.
But they can't call him Ratatoskr, because Ratatoskr...
Yep.
Yeah, we
Rantos
know
was
what
a
happened to
host in our
Rook's
lore.
He is a
Foster.
rat, though.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Well, that is something, because, like, Midgard's former is, Dragon Daddy.
Our boy.
So I wonder if they are going to use Jormungandr and just use
Yeah.
kind of the different interpretation of that name.
Yeah.
I also wonder if this means that we'll be experiencing a Loki to some effect
Right.
within
Right.
our storyline.
And who that
But
would be.
regardless of that,
Yeah.
who could that be?
Who will our
Right.
Loki be?
I'm not in a rush to guess,
Mhm.
assuming that they're going to introduce
Right.
many more characters. And also, I'm quite content as is just seeing the mob art, like the wolf with the blade attached to the hair, and that amazing kind of like Gollum-esque looking thing, and of course the giants. Like, fighting those on a large scale, I hope that they'll continue to be really creative with their fight design. Just having us move around more to accommodate for the scale of that kind of quarry.
Do we
No.
think those giants are going to be world boss type things?
I kind of hope
for
so.
the open world? Because there was some
Yeah, I don't
implication
know.
that they were doing more with that.
Right.
I'm like, are they Shadow of the Colossus? Yeah, is it like group open world
That'd be cool.
content?
Yeah.
It would be cool.
Combination jump puzzle and
Yes!
S
my
ranks.
God.
No one else
No.
here wants it, but I'm ready.
It could be fun.
Yeah.
It could be fun. Divine beasts, some little puzzles on the. Oh, I see Fornax is like,
You'll
done.
have to let me know how that goes because I ain't doing no jump puzzles in the middle of combat. That sounds a bit too sweaty for me.
So,
It's true.
first thing upon seeing them, I got like Breath of the Wild feels. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe they're like a wandering dungeon too. That could
Yeah.
be cool.
Sure.
Oh,
yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was talk. So, like people were talking about the WoWification, and the I heard that a lot of inspiration was coming from actually Guild Wars 2. And if you think about the massive open world bosses in Guild Wars 2, and those
Yes.
kind of like rolling events that happen, I mean, these like frost giants, which is kind of what they are, they kind of fit the bill for that fantastically, and they could be like sequential, like as we topple one and then the other, and maybe
Yeah, like-
we'll end the frost. I
Yeah,
mean,
like the
that
fate,
would
the
be-
fate quest lines that we've had in previous expansions, where
Yeah,
one led
online-
into another. Like you'd have to beat one to trigger the large one.
Yeah.
No.
That could also be the Light Wardens, right?
Yeah, it could be light warden style.
As we destroy them, it releases the frost or stymies it in some way. Yeah.
It'd be
That'd be
cool
cool.
if it were a world boss, though, if they were to use some of the mechanics they use for cosmic exploration, where you have like server-wide goals to draw these creatures out to defeat these creatures. I think that would be super cool.
That'd be
Server-wide
awesome.
Hamlet. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
We also joked during the course of the keynote that they give us these big world bosses, and we'll finally get summons that we can summon for FC.
Oh yes, that
Yeah.
was supposed to be a thing long ago. That like summon
2.0.
FCs would be able to do summons. And yeah, like wild. It could be cool. I mean, I'm excited to see what they do with it. Honestly, there was just so much stuff that they announced in all of it in the keynote, right? Like all these things that I think we'd all been hoping for so long. And then seeing even more of the art and other stuff. The little dwarf cats are so cute.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
I don't think we have a
Are we-
recording of
Are we
it.
ready for another Lalafell only zone?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I don't know if we have a recording of it, but there was a moment where I was actually seriously worried about whether or not Rook could remember to breathe, because she was just so overwhelmingly excited by these cute little guys.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I didn't expect them. They're so cute. They look like people have pointed out too that they look like Norwegian forest cats. So again, they're drawing on some of the lore, in the different regions and areas. But like, oh, they're so cute. It's such a
They're
cute
very
take
cute.
on dwarves.
Yeah.
Okay, so on a scale of your ear to your kidney, what would you give to have this as a playable race? Just
Oh, not
asking
at all.
for.
Nope. Mm-mm. I need all of those things.
I would give an ear. I would give an ear. I do. I would like to be a little cat person. Be a little
I
cat
would give
man.
nothing. I would give nothing.
No.
Only because, and I'll tell you why. I just don't want to set myself up for a reality that would never exist.
Okay, well,
Because Yoshi P would find a reason to not. You were there. You saw how they did Hrothgar and Vieira when they first dropped. It was a hot mess. Knowing they had to do everything. Oh, well, not fully. You could kind of pull the parallel to from Hrothgar, the Hrothgar fiasco, to like. They don't have to duplicate everything if they copy Lalafell proportions.
God,
Yeah.
that's true.
But it's it's interesting.
I would think we would get Loporit before. Because, like,
No,
I've seen
nobody
those
wants
models have a large amount of articulation.
Some people really
So you
do.
want
do.
the cat people,
Some people
but not
do.
the bunny people?
Some people
Nobody wants
really
those
want
bunnies.
the Loporits.
No.
Listen, if we can't want Loporits, then I'm afraid that
It's not how it works.
Either way, both of them feel equally
Sure.
unfeasible.
I'm allowed to
Sure.
want cats. Nobody's allowed to want Loporits. I've decided. Clearly, the real thing here is just that I'm kidding. You can of course, like Loporits if you like Loporits. The big thing is that what I'm hearing here is that in our next campaign, if it's set in the world of Evercold, then I'll just have to play a cat person. Is what I've heard. So
Absolutely.
I'll allow it.
Oh, yes.
That aside, though, I know there was the one big thing, like, Yoshi P was like, so where's the ice? I know the general implication seems to be that people took to the sky, so are we thinking a lot of those zones are, like, in the sky, or...
Yeah.
it does seem
some
like
of
it.
them look like
I
they're
think it's
probably
likely.
deep
They do
underground.
They do
that too.
say in the trailer, which was so hard to hear live at the event. We couldn't understand the dialogue, and because the captions were just in Japanese, I actually did not catch any of the text, like the audio spoken, until I watched it myself later. And they do mention, like, there's a line or something about, like, they took to the skies, or they are living up above the surface of the planet now. However, there is the possibility, like, some of the areas might be underground. It may have been that some people had gone down below and folks up above just don't realize. If you're looking at, like, the sort of fiery magma-y areas too. But yeah, there's supposed to be this, like, incredible, like, they used magic and, like, these incredible magics to get up there. So yeah, I'm excited.
Also, are we calling this Heaven's Bringer or Shadow Ward? Since that seems to be the consensus, is this is Heaven's Ward plus Shadow Bringers?
I
which
think
I like Heaven's
I can
Bringer.
see.
Heaven Bringer makes sense.
Bringer, yeah, I think Shadow Word would be reserved for, like, what was the world that got eaten by
The
the
Void.
Void? Is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
13.
Do they just refer to it as the Void as
Yeah.
well?
The 13th.
It doesn't get a
Okay.
number
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. Void expansion, Shadow Word, there's more synergy there than there is for Heaven's Bringer.
I think Heaven's Bringer makes a lot of sense. I have been going into the rabbit hole that I usually go into when it is time to look at these things. So
You are a rabbit
let's
for
just
this.
say, in Chinese, our title is different.
Oh.
It is something about a seeker of a celestial ark. Like, the one that you use to save people from a place that's going to not be great for them. So, I don't know, right? That doesn't mean anything because they've been different titles every time, but they've been closer to what actually happens than Shadowbringers or Stormblood or, the title.
Well, the Japanese is Wanderer of the Silver, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
and
should- it's-
apparently...
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's not uncommon for Asian like Asian language titles to be a bit more literal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and Korean, the word for silver is like a celestial silver, like the Milky Way, like kind of poetic in that way. And I'm like, what? There's so much that we can go in any direction for, right? But yeah, that was another thing, right? And this whole floating island just is very reminiscent of the World of Ruin and the Floating Continent and 6. So we're talking about 7, but also there's literally a floating continent in 6.
Yeah.
I don't know that we're doing that, but
also an icy area with Narsh.
In a world that's destroyed.
yes, right? In a world that's destroyed.
But also, Helheim in Norse mythology, right, is this, like, frozen wasteland. honestly, I have no doubt there's going to be illusions. People have also pointed out in the trailer, like, 13 illusions and stuff like that. Like, I have no doubt there's going to be illusions, but one of the things that felt really refreshing is that it really feels like what we saw in the trailer, that this is, like, a 14 original. And that, like, the concept, the world, the art. Yeah, right? Like, the jobs are going to be 14 original. So, like, honestly, I'm really hoping that it's not just, like, a really big copy-paste of something else. I'm sure there will be things they take from it, but I think we're all so ready and so excited to see something that's, again, like, 14 and what this team wants to create and realize in their own legacy of Final Fantasy.
I have a question for everybody. So, like, the day after, maybe 2 days later, I was watching the trailer on my phone. I think Gris was there too, and we couldn't decide if they said the Wanderer or Far Wanderer when they called
I
him.
think they said, because I saw captions on a YouTube video recently that said our Wanderer.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen all three.
It's like a rounded word.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen all three, and I don't think I've seen the translation of it. Because, as Japanese subtitles, I wonder what it says there. Because a lot of people say Far Wanderer, our, and then people were saying, but that's kind of lingering on a lot.
Oh, well, yeah, it would be weird. Even the D would be weird. But Far sounded fine. Our might be good.
Yeah. Yeah. You know who else is a wanderer, or at least has a wandering aspect, and that's Odin himself, right? So
I was like, there's really, so many, brah.
That's interesting. But, like, literally, Odin is called the Wanderer. Like,
Odin,
his whole old man.
Yoshi P. Wandering Minstrel.
Yeah, no, I just mean in mythology, like, that is a big aspect of Odin, is wandering around and talking to people and solving issues and creating some... I mean, he's a god. What else is he going to do?
Yeah.
I think, honestly, and Shadowbringers did this to great effect, too. Even if there are vestiges of a primary game, like, the first is its own thing. Like, technically, it's the FF3 expansion, right? But the aspects of 3 are not overwhelming. I know that was a criticism of Dawn Trail, where they utilized 9 in ways that some people were not especially thrilled with. And it had a lot more direct allegories to it, which I don't personally mind. But I do think it is a strong direction to, make it its own thing. Kind of like how 6 is utilized in the core 14 storyline. Like, one of my favorite things about Stormblood, being a huge fan of 6, is that Hien is literally like Cyan's son, or Cyan from 6. Like, in the original 6. Rook, have you played 6?
Mm-mm.
Do you mind if I spoil this?
That's the next one. Do the next one.
I'll take my headphones off for a second.
Okay, going through this real quick. Hien in the original 6 is poisoned to death by Kefka, and then in 14 he is alive, and his father was killed in the Garlean thing, and I think that's super cool. Okay.
I'm back. Excellent. Hopefully nobody got spoiled at all. If you haven't played 6, hopefully that didn't spoil you. It's only been out for a billion years. Some of us are still getting there.
You should play 6. It is among my favorite of the numbereds. If I have to, I'll buy you the Pixel remaster.
Oh my god.
I just don't want to do that before you get through Metaphor, which is going to take like 20 years.
A billion years of my life.
It's a very long game. That game is very long. You have definitely embarked on an undertaking.
We'll see if I make it all the way through on stream. I do want to finish it no matter what, though, because it is really good. But
yeah, it may be better. It may be something you want to like record yourself for, honestly. But this ain't about her. But speaking of things that are not unique to 14 that I am excited for, do not rain on my parade, Evangelion. Hell yes.
Yeah.
That
What a surprise.
Evangelion is my first fandom, and that it was like the first series I was like researching online and like looking into things and all of that. So it has a very special place in my heart. I'm of two minds as to whether I want them to bring Anno onto the project. On one hand, Evangelion is his. On the other hand, let the man rest and do other things. I think he far deserves it by this point. But I am excited about it. And if it sucks, you can all deal with it because I'm happy.
We'll
Great.
blame Yoko Taro
Wow.
because
Yeah.
he's working on the 30th anniversary, and I think he's the one that they're going to have like check and do all that because they already have that with him because of Nier.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just blame Yoko Taro. It's fine. People blame
It's
him
very
for a
easy
lot.
to blame Yoko Taro.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
he invites it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm excited about it. Like, you know, to me at this point, I feel like I just don't have huge expectations of like alliance raids in general. I'm like, it's either going to be like a collab thing, or maybe it'll tie into the story, or like sometimes they're really amazing. Sometimes it's like that was kind of a fun thing that happened. So when they announced Ava, I was like, wait, what? Because yeah, Evangelion was my first anime I ever watched. And I was not expecting it to be our next Alliance raid theme, but it does open the door for like anime collabs in 14 and all kinds of stuff. I would give my left arm or my ear or my liver for not just cat people, but also for like a dungeon Meishi,
Yeah.
like collab or something.
That's the one we were talking
But-
about afterwards. It'd be great.
Yeah.
I love that one.
How
That'd
like
be so
free
cute.
run roll through.
For
Sure,
you,
yeah.
God.
The last section of the boss fight is after you've killed it, you have to cook the monster too. Do like a mini
Yeah.
cooking mama.
Everyone
or
needs to.
24-man.
You need to have a Culinarian 110 as well as.
Yes.
Well, I'm out.
Yes.
Yes, please. I'd love that. But no,
just
I'm
so
excited
cute.
about it. I think it'll be interesting to see how they implement it and how this collab works.
Actually,
Yeah,
not
what-
to
Go ahead.
not to get stuck on that thing that it is not even happening, but wouldn't it be cute if you got actual ingredients just from the 24-man only to make special food for like other raids and stuff? That would be cute.
That would be
That
fun.
would be cool.
I'll be quiet now.
I know if I were making an MMO, I would do like gathering dungeons and stuff like that. I think that would
Sure,
be
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, kind of like, as everybody says all the time, Hamlet, right? Which was a feature where you could fight, you could craft, everything was in service of doing the good thing in the zone, right?
That was like
reason
one
why
of
we
the
can't.
only good things in 1.0, right? In 14's 1.0.
That is what a lot of people say. I cannot
Besides
tell you
roleplay.
because I quit.
Besides roleplay.
You know what?
Yeah.
The dungeons were actually legitimately very fun too, but if you got disconnected when you first started, if you got disconnected from the dungeon, you were not going back into it.
Yep.
Oh
It
no.
was wacky. It was wacky.
It's like they
That
didn't
was
know
so
how to
bad.
make an MMO.
It was.
Huh.
We call it spaghetti code today. It was spaghetti code. There was no marinade.
I don't know.
no
Spaghetti
meatballs.
implies a certain degree of cooking, which I'm not sure 1.0 had.
Brutal, but it sounds like true. So
Fair.
Unfinished,
It's
unfinished
It's
pasta
dry.
code.
Yeah, dry.
Finished pasta.
Not
Al
quite
dente.
al dente. Not quite al dente.
Not yeah, not
Crunchy.
even.
Like wiggly, but still crunchy.
Almost chips.
Yeah.
I'm a
Ugh.
bit like it's a fantastic franchise, but I feel like we've had almost exactly this storyline already with the war orphans and the torture and the machine and the. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't
that'd
remember
be
the quest line. I
interesting.
can't
You're not
remember what it's called.
like,
Whirly,
you're good.
yeah.
It's whirly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Whirlet, yeah.
Yeah, another trial
that's
series,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gundam
So I'm-
inspired.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Whirlet
I'm kind of
was
wondering
very
where they're going to go
Gundam.
with it. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I watched Evangelion when I was, I don't know, 15. I was still pretty young. It was fine. At the time, everybody was raving about it. It's the best thing ever. And I got to the end and was like, that was some media that I consumed, and some of it was confusing, and some of it was neat, and some of it was very problematic.
True.
I'm not going to shit on anybody for being excited about this. As we saw at the keynote when they showed the freaking Ava head, screaming happened. People are excited for this, and I'm glad for them. I am not.
I was
not,
slack-jawed.
Yeah, I'm not excited, but I am one of the people in the audience just kind of going, okay. We'll see how it goes, which is so often how I feel about content in this game. Like, all right, I'll just wait to see if it's fun or not, I guess. I am a big fan of the 24-man just as a concept, though. I enjoyed being tossed into who knows what's going to happen land with 23 other people who may make my life a living hell. I don't know why it's fun, but it is. So yeah, I'll just wait and see what happens. And if they give me Asuka's yellow dress, then bonus.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What gear could
please.
It's a shame
please.
about Blitzball.
It's a shame about
It's
you.
But yeah, like,
Okay.
can we be Misato? Can we get the dress? Can we? There's going to be plug suits. You can't not.
That's assumed.
You can't not. You can't not. But I wonder, because in 11 we've got some mascot outfits, which are what NPCs wore. So we'll probably get a little bit of that. But
Do you think we'll get a pen outfit?
Oh, I think so, for sure.
Or maybe
very,
a
very
minion.
much a minion.
Pen
For
minion.
sure.
Ooh, that would
Pen
actually
minion.
be fun. That'd be cute.
For sure.
Porque no los dos.
Yeah.
I will say though, real quick, Gundam versus Eva. So Gundam is about how sad it is and that war keeps killing all of these children, whereas Eva is how sad it is for these children who are forced to be soldiers. Very, very important distinction,
Right.
which is why Whirlit happens the way it does.
Also,
Yeah.
fighting versus angels versus fighting versus each other.
Yes.
yeah.
Well, and here's the thing: Ava is in kind of like the major primary narrative, not getting into all of the philosophical stuff. Ava is combating an existential world-ending threat. The kind of the finale being the choice to keep living, which are compatible themes with
Absolutely.
with where we're heading, right?
I don't want to see people pop. I don't want to see people juice. I don't.
Somebody's head is gonna pop off from fun in the new Alliance raid.
Yeah.
Whirlit did do that though. That was an
They did
Ava.
actually. They
When
already
do
did that. That was an Ava moment.
That was quite the sound effect.
Yeah. I think the difference with Gundam would be, like, it wouldn't even be a thing. It would be like, oh, yep, they ran into an asteroid and moving on. Because it's not about, it is about those personal stories, but it's more about the war story and can humanity stop doing what we're doing, right? So, yeah, I
Can humanity stop doing what we're doing? Parentheses, no.
no. It's literally at all times, no.
I would have liked.
Yeah, I was never the hugest Ava fan. I like Real Robot a lot more, and Ava's not Super Robot, but it's kind of... Let's not get into the distinction, because I don't want to get into that distinction.
I have long advocated for the hybrid designation, of which
Exactly.
Evangelion and Zone of the Enders,
It's like a-
another favorite of mine,
Yes.
fall under.
It's like a weird
I agree.
Clone with armor.
Yeah.
But I want to see the parallels with Dynamis, the AT field, like how this works. I think there's a lot of fertile ground there, because I think the themes of Ava always hit me more than watching it, right? Just thinking about what they want you to think about, and that's what I love about 14 as well, right? Just bring those themes in, and then you can do whatever you want. Yeah, we'll fight angels, we won't. We'll be in a mech, we won't. It doesn't matter to me. I just want those themes because they're very fertile to think about.
I would have preferred Macross, because then
Oh.
we could
I
have
think I-
sung to each other to make
Gotten
it
some
better.
sick music, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That
For
would have
sure.
been great.
That'd be
I
great.
do love me some
Yeah.
Macross, but Kawamori is inconsistent.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm
It
excited
w-
to see what happens with it. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, it would be a break from tradition to actually have us in the mech fighting the frost
Right.
giants, though, wouldn't it? That would be,
Oh
like,
my God.
shattering.
Yeah.
Back in the G Warrior, time to go kill some frost giants. Group G Warrior mech.
It's a Gurren Lagann
Content.
crossover. We're evolving into spiral energy with the robot. There we go. That's the
There we
evolved
go.
mode. Yeah, I don't know.
I would dig a Gurren Lagann
I would. too.
Yeah,
crossover,
would be
and
cool.
I'm not even joking.
Well,
Okay, really quick.
crossover 24-minute side. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really quick. Last crossover thing. What would be the one that you want? The one. If you could say, Yoshi P, this is what I want, and he'd be like, here you go.
Of all collabs?
Yeah, well, let's do like anime, Japanese media centric, unless you have one that's like, you know, Western media that like really stands out.
Hell's Castle. Oh,
a Ghibli crossover would be
a
good.
Ghibli crossover, really cute.
yeah.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah, a Ghibli crossover would be peak. I've long stood by the Chrono Trigger fans. I'm like, I would love a Chrono Trigger collab.
I would take a Castlevania.
Castlevania.
Also very good.
That one feels like realistic, even like that.
Yeah, that one does feel
right?
realistic.
Yeah.
Like, give us a castle and make it void themed. You know.
We have a couple
I don't know,
already.
like a
Just
succubus
use
box.
those.
Yeah, we got
Oh,
Troya.
Derek.
Like,
Derek would be wonderful. Oh no, yes, I changed my mind.
We had a Castlevania
There you go.
crossover. It was Pandemonium 4.
oh dear lord, no, you're right.
Yeah. To add to it, I gotta go Valkyrie series, so Valkyrie profile.
that's a
and
good
that,
one.
Like,
That's a
I
good
would
one.
love to see how they could do that. I don't know how you could do that, but we're talking Norse right now, and I love me some Valkyrie profile and the lore and the just the Valkyries and what they represent and dealing with their story and creepy little Lizard who I love. He's a horrible man.
I'm gonna stick with fantasy and go old school Slayers.
Sure, yeah.
Slayers.
Ooh.
Okay.
Throwback.
They got demons.
dig it,
They
I
got
can dig it.
magic. They got swords of
Yep.
light. It fits right in there.
From tabletop to anime to in an MMO. Do it.
Oh, yeah.
For me, realistically, my inclination is to just say Dragon Quest, but if I'm actually being
That'd be
honest
fun.
with myself, it's Xenogears.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
Xenogears would be. I bet it would make us bawl our fucking eyes out.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
it did.
Xenogears is an RPG I think every fan of RPG needs to play exactly once,
Yeah.
because it is a struggle.
It
It is
is.
an intense struggle, but it is a flawed masterpiece.
I just want to see Sid go, I am a man of the sea, with the actual camera changing. I just want that.
So what I'm hearing
Okay,
is we're
well-
all people of taste. Good
Yes.
job.
Yoshi P, let's line these up and let's start
Yeah.
turning them out. Thanks very much.
Let's do it.
But
Editing Fornax. If you want any of the footage included for your favourite shows, please link in on the Discord, okay? Because I am not hunting all that shit. Holy fuck. Okay, carry on.
okay, I wanted to talk system stuff too, though. I do want to get. I don't want to get to combat just yet, but there are some cool things coming that I'm very excited about, because it works really well for me personally, and that is gearing. I'm actually
We
very,
skipped
very
something
happy.
crucially important, Liana.
Oh,
What's
what
that?
did I
Which is
skip?
character customization.
I was gonna get to that.
Crucial. Okay, all right. See, for me, you're like, it's gearing, and I'm like, wrong answer. Character customization is the most important system in this whole game.
I'm getting to gearing first because I have a lot less to say on it.
Go ahead. I'm
fair.
sorry, I will
But-
allow this.
Basically, because you can play every job, like as a game designer, I think this is a great idea, because I constantly found myself not playing all of the other jobs that I leveled because my gear wasn't as good, so I felt I was being discourteous to the people I was running with.
'Cause you're a good person.
And that I'd be running an under-geared job, so it would like take longer, I would be less efficient. This will make me feel a lot more comfortable engaging with the fact that I can play any job that I want so long as I level it up. And I think that is a great game design decision, especially since the raid-specific gear, it sounds like with the materia capabilities, you'll still need to actually grind it for your specific character, but this ain't about her. Okay, that's what I had to say on gearing.
It is revolutionary. There is no MMO who have ever done this before, period. This ease of gearing. Like, yeah, okay, you get catch-up mechanics, or you can get gear on one character, send it to the other. But you do not ever get, I achieved this on this character, so every other character I have has it. And that's not the way that we have it. It's just that we play any job from one character. So it's akin to, in WoW, all of your alts having the same gear. It just has not happened before.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
crazy.
Guild Wars 2 has a system that they don't have that kind of constant eye level grind, So you work your way up and get gear of higher qualities. Eventually you'll get to the point where you get like ascended gear. But once you have ascended or legendaries, which are kind of like longer grinds, like special items and stuff, then that's it. Like, you have that gear. And if you have legendaries, you can use that legendary gear on all of your characters. So like, kind of. But in any MMO that actually has like a geared treadmill, like, no, we've not seen something like this. And I've seen a lot of people point out, just like you were saying, Aldi, that like compared to something like WoW and stuff like that, a big component of this is the fact that you can play all these classes on one character in 14. And gear lockouts are still structured as such that if you're trying to gear every class on one character, through like Savage rating right now, right? With a gear lockout each week, that is like a ridiculously involved, long, drawn out, painful thing to do. You can make a bunch of characters, which people still do, and you can just play certain roles on those characters. But if you want to have all that gear on one character and not have to constantly make alts and get them through the story and level them and all kinds of stuff, like, you can't just do that in 14. So I think this is like a very good solution to it. I think it's encouraging for folks. I'm very curious to see how the actual like progression gameplay bar sort of thing, the track, the reward track seems to actually pan out, and what those upgrade things are like, and how exactly this applies. Because I know some people maybe are a little bit worried, like, is this going to detract from the gear grinding that I like to do? Or like, if I like to have a lot of characters and run a bunch to try to get good gear on everybody, then like, is this going to make that less fun?
How does glamour work?
They probably got to the point where they realized most people, even people who genuinely like to level all these jobs, don't like to try and get all the gear for them. And they've been working towards small improvements toward being able to get more gear over time, and one of the only things they probably got consistent positive feedback about was the ability to get more gear more often recently. So they were like, this needs to be in the new system, which really goes to show they are paying attention, even if they can't always reach the finish line for us.
Right. And the willingness to deep six a foundational draw to MMOs. This is how we keep you playing. This is the gear treadmill. You have to be on it. It's not there for its own sake, right? You know, there's structures in game that perpetuate this, but it's also there to keep you playing. And for them to go, nah, we don't need that anymore. It's just like, okay, all right, sure.
I don't think so. I here's how I would implement it if I was doing it. So I would have the gear harmonization for the item level. But if you want those tasty trousers, darling, you're getting your ass in that raid, and if you want the transmog, okay, if you want the glamour, and that's how I think you balance it, because that leaves it open for people who actually want to just grind them for all the looks to do so at their leisure, and actually like once these raids are in the past, you can just go and farm them at will. And it also frees up hardcore, because I was thinking about this, like, I'm a dirty casual, so hooray, wonderful smashing, but I was thinking maybe the hardcore people are going to be a bit salty about this. So, like, it's kind of cutting into their elitism. They've got their excellent stuff, and then they get their more excellent stuff, and then they're more excellent than everybody, and then I thought, no, they're going to love this, because it's going to free them up to be able to hit it and hit it again and hit it again with their different characters. So I've been healing, I want a tank, but I've got the healing kit, but now I've got the gear, I can switch the tank, and you know what I mean? It's just so much freedom. So even the hardcore, no-lifing people, I love you, I used to be you, this is good for everybody. This is like one of those rare occasions where like a hail tide really does lift all boats.
No, that's I'm mind blown a little bit right now, because that is so true. There are so few things that touch every single like skill level in the game positively, or is accessible to everyone. And this is going to be one of those things that even if the way it affects your playstyle is different, it will positively affect your playstyle. That's such a good point.
Yeah.
I think too, likely you will still need the gear itself if you want to do like melts and things like that.
Yeah.
So the minute optimizations that are kind of done at the Savage level will still want the true gear. So like that treadmill will still exist for the top end.
They'll change materia.
My question is, like, there was no mention of materia, and in that window, And while that window was up, they were talking about leveling up gear itself, right? So I think that it might actually just convert everything, especially if you are leveling up specific pieces of gear.
Maybe. He did say something about materia.
Okay.
Yeah,
He did
said
actually
that if
say,
you still want to
nah,
min-max.
materia's out. Materia's
Yeah,
out. I did a whole breakdown of everything. I watched this like it was a job. First time. But yeah, no, sorry. Materia is individual, so you're going to have to grind that bitch. Yeah.
But I do wonder
Apologies.
what they mean with that. You know, because I think that's maybe the question. Does that mean that, like, you just need to acquire the materia, but then you can have, like, custom loadouts on each, you know, like, this is the eye level that's applying, but then you have these separate materia slots that you can just choose on this job or something? Or does it mean, like what Liana was saying, where it's like, you do still need to go, and if you want to materia optimize, then you need to, you know, go get this gear that has the materia slots that you can do and actually put it on that character, and then the eye level. Like, I don't know. I guess we will find out, and, like, yeah, if you go for a lower eye level gear, but then you apply the high eye level, but that gear does have materia slots, and you put how will it work? I wonder.
I'd put money on both.
My bet is if you activate the eye level sync, it's just a straight eye level, and no materia, no substats, nothing. It just kind of like how the glamour plates will just kind of swoosh over you. My bet is that's how it's going to work for eye level sync, where it's just like your eye level jumps up to here, and that's it.
Yep. Hard agree.
That's still better than what we have now.
It's still better than what we've got.
Yeah,
I'm down.
still better.
Yeah. And I think that tides you over until, like, you get to the point in farming where, like, you get that gear set or whatever else, you know? So, yeah. No, I think it's going to be good. I'm curious about that character interface, like, that you can customize your character's pose and stuff like that, too. And that they're looking more at focusing what it means to, like, have this avatar that you have such a connection with in game, and how they can just facilitate you enjoying that, celebrating that, embracing that. And yeah, I think it's going to be a really good change.
All right, now we can talk about character customization.
Okay, no, thank God.
Decouple faces and horns for Aura, please. This is the Aura expansion. Give it to me.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited. Like, obviously, they've just announced Color Wheel. They've talked about the eyeshadow makeup and changing the lip colors. Yeah, picker, stuff like that.
Reading hex codes.
Yeah.
Right, those hex codes. Applying multiple face paints, things like that. All of these things are fantastic initial steps. And he said that they are going to keep doing character creator updates throughout the expansion. So I'm, like, very, very excited to see what else we have. Because, yes, it's so important. We need an update for it. It's been so long. Some of these poor races have not had new stuff or any good new faces or anything for so long.
Yeah. Like Liana was saying, it's rough when you're like, I really like this Aura face, but I really want these Aura horns. And they'll probably give us that. Or like with Mikote. Yeah, Mikote, certain hairstyles have different ears. Some have, like, spots on the ends. Some have darker ends. It'd be nice if they give us that option to switch around. Stuff like that. Yeah.
And also, a butt slider might not be a joke.
Oh my
god. Yeah.
They did bring that up later. Yeah.
Yeah, they fought Yoshi P at the Q&A panel when he tried to cite some concerns about, like, with the wider bottom or longer hair, it would clip into weapons, and then some brave soul from the audience yelled out Xenos.
Yeah.
And he was like, Yoshi P was like, God, please no. No, don't mention Xenos. And then
he does have a butt and long hair.
Yes. By the end of that, he was just like, I'll talk to the team.
Yeah.
Yoshi P was like, somebody wouldn't fight with, like, their long hair down. And it's like, Xenos.
Yeah. No,
Juicy butt can't make it through doors in combat. Xenos.
Yeah.
There's an entire mod that all it does is applies the juicy
But none of us would know anything about that because mods are against terms of service.
They're against
service.
Yeah.
You can look at and observe a mod without partaking in it.
Yeah, you can Google it and look at Reddit.
Honestly, I legit, like, being completely honest, I don't use mods. I don't like screwing with that stuff. I have seen that screenshot everywhere. We all know about the GC. Twitter. Like, that's a thing.
It would be fun. So, I mean, we'll see. Yeah, I'm so pumped. I'm really excited about the character customization stuff. Oh, not to even forget about the fact they talked about ability skins.
Yeah.
Or, like, the fact that...
Yes.
we might just be getting alternative animations for things. Are we going to get things like character personalities where you get different idle stances? I've heard folks be like, please give me some kind of Mikote posturing that doesn't have me like, hey, the whole time, you know?
At the very least, they have the different poses for male versus female character models. Just swap them.
Yeah, unlock
the
that.
animations are,
Yeah, I mean, just give us the
as a
unlockable
start
animation sets.
Yeah.
Just how people stand, you know.
Yeah.
Uncramp the
Like, I don't want to be
fingies.
like ready to fight, just standing somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I look like
I
I'm
love how
fucking
they-
Neanderthal SpongeBob.
I love how they
always
use Ring of
prepared.
Thorns
Yeah.
as
You
the
love how what?
example, because Dragoons were very sad. I said I
yeah.
love how they used Ring of Thorns as the example, because Dragoons were very sad to lose that animation. So that's what
Yeah.
they were showing. That's
I
the
was
old Ring of
glad
Thorns in another.
that it made them shut up. A lot of people were very rude with Ring of Thorns on purpose. Behave.
Yeah. I hope it's not just that they're only doing like a very limited pass and unlocking a few old animations for various classes that lost it. I hope it's something that they really take advantage of as the idea of like a new character customization and cosmetic, because I think that's so cool. Like, the only MMO that I've seen that has messed with that has been ESO, and they had a variety of personalities. They haven't kept up with it as much. I really wish they had. I don't know if it's like really difficult for them technically. I don't know how it works. As a player, all I can tell you is that I was out of my mind excited. And you could do like certain quest lines, like you could do this mage, like this like knowledge-driven mage quest line, and then you would get this like archon magic user kind of, you know, idle animation. Like it affects the way you walk, the way you run.
Yeah.
When you idle, like you'd have this unique animation. Some of them even affect various emotes. So like with that like mage emote, when you do a certain emote, it like makes magic effects in the air around your hand and stuff like that, to show that you're a mage. And I think that they could totally do some stuff like that. It wouldn't even have to be that, like, to that extent, and it would still be something that would already give a greater sense of personality.
Like,
Yeah.
WoW did this exactly once, with the Warlock Green Fire quest. So it's like, if you're a Warlock, if you do this quest, then all your fire's green. People lost their minds. It was so cool. People just made a Warlock to then make it green fire. Like, and that wasn't changing an animation.
never played
that was just
Warlock
changing the
again.
color of an animation. Yeah. But it's just, we know that people want this, and I'm glad that they found a way to do it.
I don't want to say that this is like low stakes, people pleasing material, but like in comparison to designing an entire dungeon, isn't it though?
Yeah?
Should be, yeah. Yeah.
In theory, anyway.
I'd
I just-
say so.
I hope we can do particle modifications, because like I know they've finally started to move away from like the set job identity with unlocking artifact gear and stuff like that. I use the Figmental Greatsword for the Dark Knight because I legitimately think it's gorgeous. Like I dyed the spring dress pink and I wield the Figmental Greatsword. I want cherry blossom explosions instead of edgy darkness for my Dark Knight
Right.
now. Because that is my aesthetic now, and that is always going to be my aesthetic.
Let us all
If you
look
don't
at your
like it,
background really quickly.
You don't pay my sub.
Yeah.
And even if they were like worried, I mean, I don't know how this would work exactly, but if they were worried that like visually it would confuse players on the field or
late.
something, then you could totally just have, I mean, yeah, too late, but you could have like a setting in your settings or something that would just be like show only base animations or something.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like show, like even,
I don't know
you know?
about you guys, but like I have everybody else's animations turned off already.
Yeah.
Because
Right, a lot.
it's
I
a
do.
lot
It's
in a raid of any kind.
Yeah, it's recommended. And
true.
so it's just like either you can localize it to just your party or even just you.
Yeah.
And so I always keep it just on my party to just like keep my frames happy and running.
Yeah, but because they already have those options, I wouldn't imagine it would be difficult to change it up to what Rook is suggesting.
Well, we already see that with summons, because
Yeah.
you control
Yeah.
the pet size locally on your own machine. So
yeah.
We were talking about gear. The other thing that we're forgetting here is customizing little bits and bobs on gear.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that's really nice.
There's a
You
toggle
turn
now.
off, you can turn off like random stuff like pauldrons. If you don't like your pauldrons on your armor, get rid of them. If you don't
I'm really
like
excited about that.
if you don't like the big honking rose on the front of your dress, get rid of it. If you don't like there's actually one of them that was like a dressy vest, and it had like a big ascot, and they didn't just get rid of the ascot, they changed it to a different one. So there might also be options in there. I think that's going to be so cool.
I'm so excited for that.
Will they eventually let you toggle between the masculine and feminine styles of the gear?
Oh, that'd
That's what I
hope.
really think they need to do.
I don't know. I don't know.
I wouldn't
That feels
personally
like-
use it because I love skirts, but
That
See,
feels
I'm
like
the
another
opposite.
like break glass in case of emergency moment.
Sure.
Just the emergency has already happened. Give us the thing. Give us the stuff in the glass. Gib. Yeah, I would love if they did that, because oftentimes, like, for my characters, some of my characters are more feminine, but like even when I'm playing femme characters, a lot of times I want to put them in something that's kind of like androgynous or boyish or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you have these gear sets where it's like the woman's version is like frilly to the extreme or extremely skimpy, and then like the masculine version is like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a cute vest. Or
Well, and inversely, I would like to be a little slut sometimes on my male characters. I would like thigh-high socks and cute little high heels, whereas in the male version, we get like cargo pants.
Why man can't have
You know
a
what I mean?
window?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm so grateful for this, though, because there are quite a few pieces of gear that I'm like, I love this piece of gear. One that comes to mind for me is one of the Anemos tops. It's this like pretty simple black top that has this kind of high neck, but then it has this just massive doodad hanging off of the side of it.
Oh, that thing.
It's like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
slim fitted black
Like a-
top
yeah.
with this huge doodad just
Yeah.
on the side. And it's
It's like a sweater, but with extra bits.
with this enormous thing. And so I'm like, I get that this is supposed to be like a piece of adventuring equipment or to chart the land or whatever, but it's so absurdly huge, and it just sticks out in the weirdest way, and it does not look good with like the variety of other clothes you might put under it.
Yep.
So like things like that jump into my mind. Or there's like a couple pieces of gear where the top is really cute, but then they just stuck these like enormous metal plates on the bottom of it that are just like and just like stick
Especially
out.
in
It's
like the Gordian
oh.
style gear and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
But I like how you're describing this piece of gear, and I can't picture it until you describe the doodad. I'm like, oh, I know exactly what you mean.
You know that huge, hideous doodad that makes it so that you never
Yeah.
use that top? That's
good
what
top.
I'm talking about.
And like,
That's
do
a
we
good
really
turtleneck.
need that many bags? Like, do we really need that many bags on the striking top for the pirate striking top? Like, I don't
Yeah.
think so. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Does both of you need that bag? I don't think so.
They-
So I just
'cause-
like the option would be nice.
Yeah, because like right now, layering certain pieces of gear turns off certain
Yeah.
other bits of the gear that
Yeah,
you layer it
it does.
anyway. You just have to know it, or else you have to stumble upon it in the glamour dresser when you're like,
that
oh,
Queen Trell
well, that
skirt
guy-
is notorious for this.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
skirt works with nothing. It's
Yep.
constantly getting turned
It's
off.
a shame because it's such a cute skirt.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They could make money with this as well. So I love Hien, and I love his outfit, and I wanted it on my girl characters. It's beautiful, but you can't have it. I will give you my money.
Right.
Let me put it on a woman, please.
Yes.
Come on. Then there's so many armors that go. That if you think about all the skins that they've released for like hero characters in the game, take my money. Give us.
Yeah.
Free the genders, guys. Girls are allowed to wear trousers now. It's not like a finable offense anymore.
If a mask row can't wear Y'shtola's dress, what are we even doing?
Exactly. I agree.
Thank you.
I agree. I want to wear a lightning skirt on my masked characters. Like, let me have a fucking a leather skirt moment. You know, what if Rogadins want to have a leather skirt moment?
Now,
Like,
to be fair, they have been working on it. They have unlocked
true.
it.
True.
So that does seem to be the direction they're going, and let's do more of it. Also, hopefully, the Doodad Disabler, which is its official
That's the
name
official
until I'm
title.
told
Yeah.
The
otherwise.
DDD, the triple D.
Hopefully that rolls out slightly better than the 2 die channels, which was definitely a bit a bit iffy when it came out, so I hope
nice,
learning has
nice
happened.
Nice in theory. A few pieces really rocks. Some pieces just like, did someone look at this actually? Like,
it's true.
But yeah,
more die channels in the future would be great. But the things they've announced for character customization, the doodad disabler, the character actions, all these are great, and it makes me hopeful that we might actually see them deliver on a lot of this stuff in the future, because they're delivering on these, which is really good.
Yeah, it does feel like they have been listening to a certain extent, and they are studying very hard to quell the rage within the player base with what they have to offer moving forward. I was quite keen on not so much the concept as much as it was implied, the kind of work they've been doing, but the changes to the character preview for armor and whatnot was reminiscent very much of like current games like Arc Knights, going toe-to-toe with more gacha-esque designs, which is what you need to do because the market is quite gacha saturated right now. Like, how do you pose that you have offerings that can compare with what these games offer going into the present and what the landscape looks like for gaming on an MMO like scale? And like, we kind of decide what that looks like moving forward, i.e. SE, Yoshi P, the development team. And I'm proud of them for breaking the mold a little bit and edging into newer ideas, even if it's more on a visual standpoint. Props to Mr. Prime. Very happy to see him putting in that work.
Yep.
Loved being a participant in naming him.
Yep.
That was really fun.
Speaking
Prime,
of the illustrious
as per
Mr. Prime, should we talk job design? Because that's kind of the last bit.
Yes.
what a fine segue.
Actually, I'm gonna segue us back.
Oh,
We're going back.
just for a moment, talking about how it's obvious that they have been listening, and maybe they haven't been able to do anything about it until now. But oh my gosh, I got ahead of myself, and my brain just like shat out what I was going to say. Please come back, come back into my head.
It's obvious that they've been listening.
Yeah, I can say a bit on that too. Like, I always believe that the accusations that the FF14 team isn't listening are categorically premature.
Yeah.
Whenever they occur. The 14 team's primary sin in my eyes is that they are slow to react. But speaking as a game designer, I deeply understand that, because one of the like quintessential rules as a game designer is you need to understand your players and your fans are great at telling you what's wrong. They are not good at telling you what they want or how to fix it.
Yeah.
So
There
was a portion of the keynote where Yoshi P, actually they gave us like a fun animation with too many tombstones just like raining down from the sky.
Yes.
He straight up was like, so this isn't a bad system by any means. It's worked for a very long time, but because it has worked for a very long time, we realize you guys are probably sick of it. So we came up with a new system, and being able to let go of an old system that works but just is old is such a good step forward. And to realize that we need something else. It's not working as intended any longer. Had I not already been up on cloud 9 because of the presentations we'd seen so far, that would have rocketed me up right up there. My heart grew 3 sizes. The space in my chest is very dangerous right now.
Can I ask you? I know that I guess this is leading into. How do you feel about the end of the daily roulette and this introduction of weekly missions, whereby you can kind of select your game style and play, and some you can do multiple times, some are one-off. It does feel very kind of like WoW weekly missions-esque. I like it. I like more variety, and I don't, because I've been primarily playing a healer. I've nearly got my summoner up to max, so I'm not gonna have to do that for much longer.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just wondering how you feel about it. Are you happy to see it go? Are you
Absolutely.
Or are you going to miss the roulette? Or
I mean, we're still going to have roulettes, right? And
Yeah.
to an extent,
Yeah.
we sort of had this. Like, you didn't have to run your expert every day to get your tomes cap. You didn't have to. There was a bit of sliding, but rather than having to like figure out that sliding scale and make sure you get in there on the right number of days with the right number of roulettes, it's just going to be wide open. When you have time, you go do the thing you want to do. And I really like that they're going to include things that they haven't before, like side quests. I have
Yes.
1,000 billion side quests that I haven't done just because there was no point. Now there is a point. I'm going to learn some lore crap. It's going to be great.
I think the
Clear that
revelation
map.
of this system is that they give you a week of a grace period. I think what they said was once you hit cap for a week, you could then earn for a previous week that you missed, like the immediately previous week. That
is
is
nice.
one of the biggest issues with
They're
tomestones. Is
considering that, but I feel they would
Yes.
be remiss in not doing it.
oh yeah, absolutely. But like tomestones, you're 450 a week. If you don't get them, that's it. You missed a week. You are literally permanently behind.
What if
You
you, were
can't
at a
catch up.
FanFest? What if you were at
Yep,
Disney
you-
World?
Yeah,
true.
and
Yeah.
honestly, I feel that so much, and I think a lot of people are feeling that, especially in Dawn Trail, where people have been taking breaks or extended
Yep.
breaks, and like I feel bad because like our raid leader almost every time he's like, "Who's all capped their tomes this week?" and everybody's like,
That's
Because,
true.
like,
It's true.
because
We
honestly,
just
it's-
the raid was the only thing that was keeping us in the game, and so finding time outside of that we were hard pressed. So
Yeah, and like it's not to say that there aren't periods of time where it's like, yeah, I run all this stuff and you know I'm happy to do this, but I find more and more that just in this day and age and in life, it's not always everybody's case, but that like if I feel as though I have to do something mandatorily, like oh every day I have to sit down and do all this stuff, then it either needs to be like fairly quick for me to get those things out of the way, or I need to really feel like it's like leading to something. Otherwise I'm just like, sure, I could spend like an hour, 2 hours of my whole day just like trying to get this arbitrary number of a thing, doing stuff that I'm not even that excited about that I've done for the entirety of this expansion just to get some little things to trade, or I could not do that and I could spend
Game
Right,
chore,
it's
not
like-
okay.
I want to spend those hours on other things. And if I like come to the game, I want to like play stuff that I want to play or have like an idea of different things and not feel like, well, time to do those same 3 roulettes again, you know? Like, yeah.
And you have streamer privilege. You can rope your community into doing it with you.
And I do with Abandon.
Yes,
But no, it's just one of those things where I think that broadening it, opening it up, and letting us have more options, like, is so much better, because then you can play a lot of different things and explore different things in the game. And seeing those lists, you might even be like, yeah, you know what? I've never tried fishing. I'll try fishing. I can get my stuff for this week. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll try some fishing.
Or like,
Or
Fishing?
Yeah, I was out of town.
fishing,
Yeah.
fishing.
yeah,
It
fishing.
must be on a Wednesday. You must hop 3 times. The weather must be that. Fuck. All the way off. Fuck. I was at that. No. No.
I hope Fruity Snacks isn't watching.
I was gonna say you have to look up Fruity's guides to help
Yeah.
with the fishing, or join in for some of Fruity's fishing events, because it makes it a lot easier than trying to do it on your own.
I was
I will
happy
s-
that.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I do have a slight concern with the roulettes turning into what they are. I do wonder if that's going to make it harder to fill certain content for new players. That
Here's
said,
the key, though, Liana. Mega servers.
Yeah.
Yep. The mega server, beautiful. I hope they do something about materia, because materia is
The item or the area?
The DC.
the area, the region, the
Yeah.
because materia is the local
yeah,
data
yeah.
center for OCE, right? Oceana.
why is it just
They-
gotta be out there in the corner?
Yeah, and like that whole situation sucks, and the New Zealanders and Aussies deserve a better experience than what they're getting. So I hope they figure that out. But the mega server, and I think honestly, if they have trouble, they could probably very easily introduce a similar mechanic to Chloe, where they have like a dynamic tome thing where it's like, these are duties in need. I think that would be super cool if you have like a job board, quote unquote, where you can go in and be like, these duties need filling, and you can pick one, and if you jump into it, you get extra rewards. I think that would be super cool. We kind of have that with the roll of need. Yeah,
it's just,
Yeah,
it
but
just
they are gonna
doesn't
need to do
function
more.
well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
a lot of
it
people
just
don't
says,
know
like,
what that
tank
little
in need.
yeah.
And then they also have like so many people queued for blah, little number thing, but it doesn't work. It doesn't really show accurate anything.
Yeah. Yeah, so making that work, I think, would go a long way to helping that. So, like, a slight concern, but I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Mega servers, though, I'm so happy for.
I know.
Rip Crystal, you guys are gonna be locked down for until the end of time.
Yep.
Okay.
But at least I don't have to go to
fine.
Aether ever again.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
know. That's what I'm happy about.
to-
It doesn't
you had to
matter.
go-
We can just all
I
feel
exist
better.
on
a day ahead
Aether,
of
it's
time.
fine.
Yeah, you'd have to
like
go
a day ahead of time if you wanted to make sure you were on Aether when you were raiding. It was
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Especially if your raid night is Tuesday, when everything resets and everybody wants to do it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. But yeah, circling all the way back to the thing that you so perfectly segued to earlier.
Sorry.
Combat
Yeah, sorry about
update.
Combat.
Yes.
don't worry, it's an
Combat
afterthought
updates.
for the team for a while and most people.
But not anymore, because we are
Not
getting
anymore.
full reworks. And I have to say, this was like not what I was expecting, but I am very interested. And the follow-up dev panel they did about it, I think, shed a lot of extra
That was
light on
so
it.
good. I'm glad they did that.
Good.
Yeah,
I-
it was necessary.
They knew
when
they
were
had
talking,
to.
Yes, when they were talking about the two different versions in the keynote itself, it was similar to how I was doing Evangelion. I was sitting there going, "Oh, how is this going to work? This doesn't seem so great." And then we sat down for that dev panel, and I was like, "Oh no, this actually looks very good. Actually, I'm excited. Not only am I in the category of I will wait to see how it is before I get mad or excited. I'm already just fully in excited mode. This actually looks pretty good." And
It's
as a person who has dreaded the 1-1-1-1-1 mode of play, it's kind of something to say that they are basically going that direction, but it still looks good and worthwhile and fun.
it's very interesting. In the interviews leading up, they were like, "Hey, we're going to change a lot, but don't worry if you like it the way that it is now." And a lot of people reading that went, "How is that possible?" Yeah, this is how it's possible. Literally keep the
For
old
now.
stuff for people who cannot,
now.
for now. And then introduce this new thing, see how it works, work the bugs out, and then cut off the old people. But it's because, and he mentioned this in a Q&A, because of Star Wars Galaxies.
Yeah.
They
the press
learned from
conference
another
that
MMO.
night. Yep.
Yeah. Because they changed everything up completely, and people were like, "I don't like this," and that game literally died immediately.
Yep.
Just gone.
Oops.
Nobody played it anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure they were worried, but the same
Oh,
would
They're
happen,
hedging.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great thing to hedge, right? Because we know these jobs, they do work. There are things that we may or may not like right now, but it will be there for that familiarity. You don't have to go to evolve mode right now.
Especially for jobs that have been worked and reworked and are just so twisted and weird and different and far
Yes.
away from their starting points. They're throwing them all back towards that original starting point, making it look fun, making it look worthwhile. I've been likening what it looks like to me as the original versions of the jobs in 2.0, just a little fancier.
Yeah.
Seriously, watching Bard, I was like, okay. There's no...
Yeah.
I mean, the buffs are different. Support jobs always be getting screwed a little bit on actually being able to support. But watching Bard gave me a lot of hope, and I'm kind of like, okay, I want to get my handsies on that. I want to play that job. I haven't wanted to play Bard in forever.
Yeah.
Gonna help with new players as well, because
yeah.
oh my fucking god, it is so intimidating as a new player, and you just look at it. It's like 3 lines of button. You're like, oh my, what, which and when, and then you're looking down, and then you're dead because fire everywhere with magical dance. So yes,
It was actually really fun, and it's sort of similar to my reaction. It was interesting watching them show you something, having people around you get like their hackles raised like 2 seconds away from being like, and then they immediately.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, they immediately.
Don't worry,
like,
those hackles
and
are still
this
raised.
is this is actually how that works. And then like watching those people calm the fuck down right in front of you, like, oh,
Yeah.
actually, no, I like
no,
that.
It was good. It
Yeah,
was good.
it was
'Cause it went
crazy.
from like the screams of abject enthusiasm for seeing the trailer, and then when this rolled out, there was just murmurs in the crowd.
Yeah.
Just like people speaking to each other.
You could have lost the whole crowd.
So yeah, it was very important that they added that immediately thereafter.
The
Exactly,
cheers
then
with
we
the
saw
Dragoon
panel.
jump.
Yeah.
Yes, like
That looks so cool.
Dragoon. I think Dragoon looked the most dramatic because like
Yep.
it's a melee, right? Like it hitting a dummy is something where you're like, oh, I can see some of the flow of this class. With things like healers, it's a little bit harder to tell. Like I had people
That's
ask me how I
very
felt
hard.
about the white mage, and I was like, it seems fine. I'm very curious about the new pace
Yeah.
of like the idea of removing offensive spell, like, you know, cast times. I think the realization that they had that people do anything that they can in their power to avoid casting hard heals with casting times is very astute. And yes, I do that. So trying to give some balance for that, trying to encourage that, trying to shift things perhaps more towards like that being the focus of your attention as a healer, and like how you're using those different healing abilities, and then like not being so fettered down to the, you know, your offensive. I was like, all that sounds good, but with healers it's harder because it's like, unless I see a healer in action in a fight with a party, it's sort of hard for me to tell exactly how this is going to feel or play. And especially on White Mage, which they said right from the get-go, we're trying to keep it pretty much what it is. And I was like, you could have made it a little bit extra fun, though. Like, which is still good. White Mage is fun. I enjoy it. But
I think
all
the
this
other
to say...
healers are going to all be pretty cracked, though.
Oh, I think they're going to
Yeah,
be
it's
cracked.
going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I think all the designs look good, though. Like, I feel good. I guess the capstone on that really fast is just that I already loved the PvP job identity redesign.
Yeah.
I already felt like for PvP content, the redesign was so spot on.
Oh.
I thought they offered
Tremendous.
so many interesting, fun, dynamic ways to imagine those classes in PvP, to make them more responsive and engaging in like how you can counter people, how you can do unique things with your kit, what role you play, how you manage like, you know, what you've got. And it's fantastic. And the classes feel like they are unique and they have unique play styles, which I love. So while you need a little bit more, like you need more complexity in things in PvE, you need, it's a different mentality, right? Like crowd control doesn't play as big of a role, at least in our current design. Things like that, right?
I wish
So
it did.
I know it could be
Yeah,
fun to
if
have that
only.
actually be something that was more active.
Maybe it
but
will.
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe,
could.
right? But seeing some of the stuff they already put in, things like the idea of like a perfect parry almost with the tanks, where you can like try and time things to like be more effective, having these more responsive, fluid things, having these unique chains, actually tying Bard's abilities into their songs again. Can you possibly believe? Like, freeing up movement
Yeah.
abilities like the Bard jumps.
Oh my god,
or-
the Bard jump is so fucking cool.
It
It's
is
the
very-
so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
So,
No,
yeah, that was all.
I gotta say also before we go, as someone who thoroughly has enjoyed FromSoft games and the glory of combat, as it were, rewarding people's ability to hit the proper timing for parries and do more damage is deeply satisfying to
Yep.
my brain. Deeply.
Yeah. I cannot wait to see the rest of the classes. Like, there's so much that they're changing that they could not tell us either. Who knows? It's a build that's brand new.
You'll see it at
But-
Berlin FanFest.
Yeah.
The Dragoon
that.
had auto attack enabled and they never auto attacked. Do we have auto attacks? One of the things about combat is running away from the boss, of course, is bad for you. Partially because of auto attacks. Have they gone as far to say we don't need those anymore?
Yeah. 'Cause
I
some
don't
of the
know.
abilities have to do with whether you're close or far. For like
Yeah,
Paladin,
exactly.
Shield Lob versus Shield Bash, I think it was.
Yep.
I'm going to be honest. I think they should get rid of auto attacks.
I
One,
think so too.
because it's an optimization that's very odd for people to like, wait, I just have to stand around them all the time. Like, it doesn't, from a gameplay perspective, it's just kind of weird. And two, that means you can make the damage chunkier, so you actually
Exactly.
feel it when you hit a skill.
Yeah,
which
and
is
maybe
important.
it could stay for some jobs like Monk. Could we have Oserin Fist from 11 where you just do a bunch of auto attacks at a time? Or because, you know, they have Riddle of Wind. I could talk about combat for forever. It's kind of my thing, and I don't want to do it here. However, there's so much that is super interesting about this, and there's some people with some misgivings, and I get that. We have to wait to see more. We didn't see a caster. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, while I do think the counter thing is cool, I hope that's as far as it goes. Any further than that, and we start to get into like action RPG territory, and I do not want to go there. That is not the game that I wanted to play.
Well,
I could see
what
that.
would be the worst case scenario in that regard? Would it have to do with the nature of trading blows specifically, or?
You know, I'm not really sure. I don't mind the counter thing. I'm not sure what the the same sort of thing would be for a different job, you know? For Bard, for example. I don't know what we would get.
If you had to use your dodge to get out of the telegraph.
I mean,
a dodge, and then you got some kind of buff, or you had to
I think it would have to do with
arrow
because we had it
thing.
in Samurai with the 3-second cooldown where third eye, where if you hit it at the right time, you could get a heal out of it.
Yeah.
No. Now, hear me out. With Bard, you could have some kind of actual
that.
song or something that you have to play in a specific rhythm or something like that. That would be cool.
So dancer.
I think
break out the guitar hero, control it.
But to like a specific rhythm or something, you know? I don't know. I think I like the idea of it. I like the idea of it being responsive. I think as long as I even think you could have a whole job themed around it. Like a job where the whole thing is to be like a counter, right? Where like you're timing on these different like detonations of attacks or counters or whatever it would be something that you're playing around.
Gunbreaker would be really cool for that.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think that every class needs to make that some sort of like big huge thing.
I mean,
you know?
like by its nature, I struggle also to imagine what it would look like going further than what they explicitly demoed in the keynote.
I think what to actually answer the question you asked, I think when you get into the territory of having to lock on target or aim to do what you're doing is taking it a step too far into action RPG territory.
Yeah. No, I would agree then that I wouldn't go that route because we're already such like a not that I would die for the tab targeting functionality in game. But I'm just saying, it's so baked in. Yeah. Like, I think there would be other things that are presented first if we ever were to get even close to that point. It's a different kind of rework at that point.
Right.
No, but
I get you.
We've had the whole like having to spam a button in this game, but as far back as I can remember, it's like 8. If you spam the button while you were summoning, the summoner's stronger.
Boost,
if you hit the right, if you hit the right button on like Zal and Squall, you could block or counter things like that. And that's cool with me. I think that's cool.
Yeah,
and it fits for everybody decently into regular JRPG format too.
Do you think you will work in any of the evolved job gameplay into your characters in A Time Adrift?
Oh.
Probably not, because mime doesn't exist.
Right.
Yet.
Yet.
Yeah. Remains.
Mime's going to be the next limited job.
Yeah.
God, I fucking hope not.
Caster, next caster.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I play a red mage mostly. I have no idea what they're going to do. Like, casters are right on that precipice of being too action for a caster, right?
Right.
Most of their identities were supposed to be, I need to commit, I need to not move, I need to cast. Yeah. And they have eroded that over time for every single one of them because they've needed to, because of encounter design. Because it's not fun to have to deal with that. I mean, this is the reason why positionals have mostly gone to the wayside, TP and other things, right? So I don't know at all what they want to do with casters. So I would say I might take some ideas, though, if there's some cool stuff. But I don't know.
Here's my answer to that question. I already have an ability that does multiple things depending on a thingy that happens, so I already have an evolved ability.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Wow. Oh, it's true.
I will be
Someone's
taking
got
all of
counters.
Culinarian's evolved gameplay.
Sure.
Yes.
There
And
you
I'll
go.
be
All right.
reworking my
Fair.
class. Please.
I mean, he did say you get like a marginal damage buff, like slightly more damage from Evolve.
Yes.
So Evolved Culinarian will probably be very,
Yeah.
very powerful.
Mhm.
I mean, I was channeling Temis in my heart there while you were all talking about, oh yeah, what if you had to like hit these 3 keys? And I'm like, so I'm running around, my ass is on fire, I'm trying to keep everyone alive, and they want me to play a fucking tune. I don't know. Just no. Thanks, guys. That's beyond my skill set. No. Give me my vomit bucket, I'll be in the corner, you know, like holy shit.
Honestly, I think a good candidate for timing-based shielding is actually Black Mage. Make Black Mage be more of that turret and make you like actually manage defensive
Put up a wall.
cooldowns so
Yeah.
you could stand in fire. I think that would be really
You're
funny.
already managing your casts for maximum damage output, healers adjust type deal stuff. So, who knows? I could see it.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me though, like I don't announce this, but I don't make a secret of the fact that I think Final Fantasy XIV's gameplay is mid at best.
Yeah.
This looks like a lot more fun, and if they can make the process of actually playing the game enjoyable for me, I'm all for it. I still play League even though I hate Summoner's Rift. Like I play ARAM regularly just because like the way League of Legends characters work is like my platonic ideal for gameplay, and I like PvP. I like kind of the stripped down kits with the isometric grid. I love Crystalline Conflict for the same reason. Like it plays the way I want these games to play. So I'm very hopeful. I think this will be a great step up for me.
Yeah. I have to mention, because this is what I was vibrating with intensity about, just waiting for them to say it, the 2-minute meta being dead.
Oh yeah!
And
Rip.
removal of synergy actions.
So much screaming. Just so
I don't
much.
know what that means, right? So, we get to see Evolve Bard and the little bit of support that they have, right? I think that another kind of pillar of MMO and League and all of this sort of stuff is that combo ability. You initiate, I burst, right? Or you hold them here, or you do, and it's hard to do in an MMO. So that's kind of why they went to the whole 2-minute meta thing. This is how we feel synergistic. I don't want to see it go away completely. I just don't want to see it be about damage. And I think maybe there's a little bit of that. But we haven't seen a lot yet.
I do get sad every time we get into a new expansion and they modify what has been our support class this whole time to be just a little less supporty. I picked up Corsair when it came out in 11, 1 million years ago, and prior to that I'd never played a support job, and I vibed with it immediately. So as soon as Bard was available in 14, I jumped on that. I love doing that little extra thing with the little bit of extra brain power you have going on while you're doing a fight to support everyone else. I think it's really neat.
Me too.
It's very rewarding. So like seeing that trickle away is sad, and I hope that's a future thing that they do something for.
Right.
I agree,
I think,
or that like they replace it with something that is more interactive or dynamic. Because I agree, I don't want to lose buffs. I don't want to like lose that kind of idea of support. And I don't disagree that right now just being like every 2 minutes I push the "you all do damage" button. Like that's not the most engaging. But like until they give like more actual fight design or opportunities or something to be more supportive in other capacities, it's really kind of what they've had thus far, And
I can't.
The fact that boss encounters are giant meat sacks is kind of a problem. Is part of the problem.
I can't be too mad because they are moving into an entirely new system, or attempting to. And so being able to start with a base to see how things actually function, and then maybe putting back in our little support things later, she said so hopefully. I think that's reasonable.
As long as it's not damage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody wants TP again, right? Nobody wants that,
Yeah.
and not having to rely on other people for MP. Totally get that also, but that was fun for me to deal with it.
Yeah, that was fine. I think the problem comes with damage, and most MMOs don't do that for a reason. Like talk to about power infusion in WoW, where one class had something they could give to people. You fight, it sucks, right? So I just think that damage isn't the end all be all. You know, we've got movement speed with Bard. We'll see how that happens.
Yeah, they're giving
Shield
that to
and
us
regen. I don't
in
know.
freaking battle for the first time
Right.
in forever, or by forever
It's
I mean
really
That's
cool.
been
ever.
the scholar thing for the last few
Yeah.
X packs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I hope that they do more like that.
I constantly was complaining, why does Scholar get the movement thingy when we had Peloton
Yep.
to start and it doesn't work like at all? And then when they gave us the freaking jog thing in cities, you don't need Peloton at all.
Yep.
Except in dungeons, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, it's just in dungeons that I use it the most.
Yeah.
Between
Yeah, but even
mobs.
then, it's right. It's like, why in the world can't you use this in combat if we now are allowing speed up abilities in
Right.
combat? Like,
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it's good to see it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, overall, I'm excited. I really am excited to see what they do with it. I think we're all ready for a refresh. If you don't vibe with the new evolved jobs, give constructive feedback. And, you know,
Yes.
feel free to keep playing the Reborn mode. But it seems likely that they may be shifting us towards Evolved in the next few years. I
Right.
mean, the new jobs are not
Don't-
coming out,
yeah.
obviously, with, like, any version other than this evolved gameplay. So I imagine that's where they want to go, but they want everybody to be along for the ride and to all get on board and be able to engage with it in a way that, like, you will enjoy.
Are you guys gonna just start fresh completely with the evolved modes? I think I'm gonna jump
Absolutely.
in both feet.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah.
I'd rather learn it now.
Reborn mode
than
is dead for
later.
me the minute I have the
Yeah.
choice.
Again,
I'm a
it's
summoner.
just like,
Reborn's been dead since Endwalker.
oh my god. Yeah. Also, here's a question. What do you guys think the new classes are gonna be?
Gun
Interesting,
shield.
Yeah.
Ist.
I also agree. I think it's gonna be gun shields.
I want to believe that, but Yoshi always pulls a tricky.
You're right.
Always pulls some sort of tricky.
I don't think it's gonna be as plain as what is it?
Riditon.
Arvina Ritalin, the
Yeah,
guy at
yeah.
Kate Westwind, having
Yeah.
his dual shields that
Sure.
explode. There might be something else.
Yeah,
afoot here.
I hope that they're hinting towards a Magitech, not like the armor, but Magitech tank, like a Gaius, a Nero, someone who uses the Garlean way, because we're making inroads with the Garleans, and Gunblades are not Garlean.
New job, Guffin.
Guffin. Guffin is the new job.
Yeah.
But-
Well, like I said, Gadgeteer exists in Final Fantasy
Yeah.
Tactics Advanced. You just independently created it yourself somehow.
I-
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, no,
Oh,
I was
I-
going to say... Oh, you go.
Guess who's back? Musketeer. That's what I think it
Oh
means.
my gosh.
Musketeer. That'd be neat.
It doesn't
Yeah.
exist in any other.
That's close enough to blah, 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 blah. It's close enough to Corsair for me, especially if they
There you
have
go.
dice.
Yeah.
Could be
We
fun.
thought Viper was going to be Corsair for the longest time.
That's true. There's so many things that they could do for the ranged physical. I have been tossing Blitzballer out there, but
have.
now that yes, I have. But now that we know that there's this Norse influence in the next expansion, I actually want something like Valkyrie.
Sure.
I've been seeing
That would
Valkyrie
be
come up
pretty
a lot.
cool.
That would be really
I
nice.
think
be
that would be
pretty
incredible.
cool.
Like an
Shield
axe
Maiden!
thrower,
Shield
or-
Maiden!
Shield Maiden.
Shield Maiden, I was on stream, I was like, everybody gets to be a Shield Maiden for the new tank. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your job, like your gender or job identity is.
Yep.
You are a Shield Maiden.
Shield Maiden. Ooh, yeah.
That'd be pretty
So,
cool.
yeah, that's
I think
it.
Valkyrie
We've
could
unlocked
be
it.
cool for
Unlocked.
range.
That's it. That's the one.
I think Valkyrie's a very cool bet, and I hope
Yeah.
that it comes
You could do like a
true.
spear or something, and
Yeah.
It would be
have some,
spear and
like,
shield,
flight
probably.
ability.
Spear
I
and
think that'll be
shield.
Like, kind of like a
Halone.
Pelum.
Yeah.
could be neat.
That's it. We figured it out. If that's not the job, I will eat something strange.
Oh no! Don't do that.
You know, another thing. So this goes all the way back to trailer stuff. A lot of folks, obviously, we have Aura, right?
Yeah.
That we've seen so prominently in the trailer. Some people have also been like, "Oh, I think I saw in that old woman that she's got like a Mikote tail or something." But who knows? The one thing that was brought up to me recently as well is the fact that, one, we've seen almost every other race some version of their homeland or like a home place. We have never seen that for the Rugadan.
Yeah.
And Ruganin apparently were originally based off of the giants in Norse mythology, which I didn't know about. So now I'm wondering if we might get something with Ruganin, which could be very cool.
Yeah.
With seeing them
Ruganin.
as another featured race. Or...
Yeah.
Loki-din.
But who knows? I mean, like,
that.
I'm very curious. It could also be that they just decide to create jobs based off of this new region too. We
could.
like some of the magic that they use or stuff like that. Like
It's
but,
it's
I mean, I guess
always,
Valkyrie
like,
would
a
fit
mixture.
that. So
yeah.
No, that would make sense. I was like, what about illusionist for that chick who just disappeared into ice? But no, that's probably more of a
there's-
caster.
Yeah, and there's some more. Oh goodness, can't talk about 7.5, but there's a little bit more about illusionist that maybe I would love for an illusionist to be a caster, but that's not Final Fantasy XIV unique. That's from Tactics Advanced as well.
Yeah, true.
Tactics Advance. Yep.
Yeah,
The
which is
illusionist
one of my
can,
favorite jobs.
The illusionist could cast spells that would just target everyone on the map, no matter where they are. It was actually quite potent, even if his
It was
damage was a
awesome.
bit lower.
Yeah,
It's just every turn you're gonna chunk everybody for 60. In
This is what
element
you're
of
gonna
your
do.
choice. Yep.
I was
Yeah.
I was kidding.
Mm.
Go ahead.
I am curious about the ranged class.
Yeah. I was kidding
It
with
might be
somebody
fun
that
to
they would
have
make
like
it.
sorry.
like a javeliner or like a throwing axe to kind of fit with the Nordic tradition.
And runes.
Somebody did say "Guess Who's Back" could be a reference to a returning hammer, like Thor's hammer.
Sure.
And I was like, it could be. It could be. I could see it as a thing. But it seems particularly misleading to then have like the Garlean kind of imagery. But
I do
Yeah.
think, now that you've posed that Yoshi P likes doing trickery, I no longer believe in the proffered notion of shield tank.
I just
I don't know. I
It's
think
too
maybe, like-
sussy.
The shield.
I mean,
maiden
I
Scarlet
don't know.
Witch was just red mage, right?
Yeah, it was
like,
just
they've
red
done
mage,
more
so-
simple ones before.
Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah.
question of what's happening.
the
And
weirdest
I do
one was
feel like
Sam
Yoshi
Raimi.
P's been encouraged to up his game ever since like the Samuremi.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So he has, I feel like, been getting increasingly more
Obscure.
Yeah.
tricksy.
Yeah.
So
Like
I'm
the
at the
Ninja
point where
Turtles.
like I'm not even guessing really. I'm like it
Right.
could be anything.
Yeah.
I will be
have an
happy
idea.
when we find out.
I have an idea. So it's frost, it's giants. What if it's actually a magic tank? So rather than having a physical
Ooh.
shield, you summon up the ice from Ragnarok, and you have literally your arms are ice to protect you from, and your abilities are all freezing and slowing and that kind of thing. That would be
That'd be cool.
very good.
Yeah,
And you,
some
and you
kinda
could twist that
elementalist
to be the
type thing.
ranged one as well, because you could be literally like, although you're using like maybe something like telekinesis, you're literally lifting up the elements and firing them at your foe. So it's still physical DPS. It's just getting it there as a magical endeavor. So you can subvert the paradigm, right?
I mean, every job is ether when it comes down to it. So
True.
Yeah.
I was joking with somebody. We don't technically have ranger. We have
Yep.
bard, and
I think
they
Ranger
do,
would be good.
We do use
Ranger.
a bow, but bard is
And
different
like
from
think
ranger.
of the cool move they have in Occult Crescent where you just like grab onto a hawk and it just forces you forward
Yeah.
as a dash.
Let's do
Like,
some
that's pretty
dual
cool.
crossbows.
There's a consideration there.
Yeah.
Yeah, crossbow ranger. I had
Or
that
hunter.
thought as a potential.
Hunter, yeah.
So we couldn't
Yeah,
call
yeah,
it
really
ranger because Final Fantasy has ranger. It would have to be something.
Hunter also exists again
Yeah?
in
Okay.
Tactics Advance, but
Yeah.
Ranger is the upgraded version of Hunter in Tactics Advance. It's a Hume only, and they do like traps and stuff like that too. Honestly, I feel like the dot is way more appropriate for Ranger than it is for Bard, if you want my honest opinion.
Sure.
Yeah,
Just like a
yeah.
dot on Viper would be, it would make sense.
What
Yeah.
else can we throw?
You would think.
It's actually
Boomerangs?
just
I've seen
yeah,
boomerang.
boomerangus.
Giant rocks,
Boomerang.
giant
Big
rock
rocks.
throwing class.
Giant rock
what is
throwing
that called?
class.
Shot put?
We've
Shot
solved
put.
it.
Shot put balls.
It's just throwing rocks. Rock thrower. That's the class.
Crafter.
I mean, Slay the Spire
Crafter.
too apparently does a lot with throwing
Fair.
rocks.
That's
so I
true.
mean,
1.0 crafter. throws
Copycat
rocks.
style, other members of the raid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catch.
Amazing.
okay. Well, speculation aside, was there anything else we wanted to talk about?
Slingshot.
I've seen that rumored.
Yeah. Yeah, for the good of the order. Any last thoughts on Evercold before we let Rook go eat dinner? Rook and
I'm
Gris.
so excited. I'm happy that they straight up were like, it's in January, guys. January.
That's exciting. It's exciting
Less
that
than
it's
a year.
really not that far
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think my only last thought is that it was just such an absolute delight to get to hang out with all of you all weekend. And Fornax, I cannot wait to spend time with you at EU FanFest and everything else coming up. And I'm very glad that we all get to hang out for our sessions and hang out with all of you online on YouTube as you watch the episodes and take the journey with us, because like I am so excited for Evercold, but the weekend was also so special just because like we got to share it with such wonderful people.
Yeah.
And this game and the games that we play as a
I
whole
miss all
have
your
brought us all in
faces.
contact with each other. Yeah.
That's always the best part, is just the friends that you get to see.
Yeah. Games bring us together, and we all get to meet and spend time together and then celebrate these great events and look forward to new things. So, yeah.
And then hit
Also,
Disneyland.
lower hanging fruit. Let's get some lower hanging fruit. Give us the lower hanging fruit. We want it. Just give us some fan pleasers, please.
Sure.
Some tasty treats that cost you nothing and can, make you some money as well. That would be great.
Yeah.
Take my
my
money.
mouth is open.
Give me my transbox, okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Berlin. I hope everybody has fun there.
Yeah.
Have fun, guys.
Yeah. But yeah, we will probably reconvene after Berlin, giving Rook time to fly back and sleep for a few days, of course. But until next FanFest, we will continue with our regularly scheduled programming. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you are as excited for Evercold as we are, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.